NBA legends explain how special Caitlin Clark is. Caitlin Clark, she's not just breaking records, she's breaking the mold. Her name is not just echoing across arenas and ESPN segments, but also NBA locker rooms. NBA legends can't stop talking about Caitlin Clark because what she's doing isn't just rare, it's special. Well, join me as I dive into what NBA legends are saying about Caitlin Clark. Built for the big leagues. For those who understand the statement game recognize game, then you should know that the recognition Caitlin Clark has been getting speaks volumes about the kind of generational talent she is. As far back as her time in college, Hall of Famer duo of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce confessed that Caitlin could score if she played 30 minutes in an NBA game. KG straight up said that a women's college basketball player can get more than a bucket, that she could get more than 10 points in an NBA game. Seems like a stretch, but when you notice that several other NBA legends believe this too, then you just have to agree that Caitlin Clark is built for the big leagues. Caitlin Clark has proven to be so good that she's bridging the gap between the NBA and WNBA fan bases, bringing millions of new eyes to the women's game. I mean, it's a different thing to be a generational talent and to be a generational player. And seeing what Caitlin has done in less than 2 seasons of professional basketball, she is actually a generational player. Leading the league as a rookie in assists is great enough, but when you realise that she had a better offensive load than every single player in the WNBA and the NBA, aside from Luka Doncic, you must just have to marvel at the kind of talent that Caitlin Clark really is. The records she broke and set go on, and from a statistical standpoint, it was the greatest season by a WNBA rookie, even better than Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Tamika Catchings and Breanna Stewart. But you know what makes her amazing isn't just the records she broke and set, but how she's breaking and setting them. It might sound like an exaggeration, but you just have to understand that Caitlin Clark's average 3-point distance is farther than any other player in both the WNBA and the NBA. In 2025, when it comes to shots made between 30 and 34 feet, Caitlin Clark's 33.3% is on par with Steph Curry and more than Damian Lillard and Trae Young. These are NBA snipers. Well, NBA legends have been watching, and many of them haven't been shy to confess how special Caitlin Clark is. They recognise a real one. NBA legends recognise a real one. If there is a set of people who can easily recognise a winner's mindset, the hunger and obsession with greatness and, well, a generational talent, it's NBA legends. They lived it and can recognise it. So when Hall of Famer Reggie Miller, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, said that Caitlin shoots it like she was born in the NBA, you know what? He meant it. Caitlin's range has been the one thing that has drawn many across the world to watch her. A women's basketball player who's dangerous from any point on the court is special, and NBA legends agree. Kevin Garnett, having watched Caitlin in college, had to admit that Caitlin is in the Steph Curry shape, and that's something not even some NBA players can handle. Clark's shot mechanics, her confidence, and her ability to pull up from anywhere on the court have NBA players and legends stunned.
McBinley, handoff Clark, launches, and hits a three!
Caitlin's range has even Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas shocked, to the point that he publicly admitted that she's a better shooter than Steph Curry and even Sabrina Ionescu. Milwaukee Bucks point guard Damian Lillard is equally as shocked at Caitlin's range. According to the 7-time All-NBA, he is impressed at Caitlin's range not for the fact that she can drain those shots from anywhere, but because she does it consistently, off the bounce while being guarded heavily and in big moments. Several NBA legends and players have come out to admit that she could very well be Steph Curry of the WNBA, and even Steph Curry has come out to admit that the comparison is valid. However, seeing her from just her range robs her of how special the other parts of her game are. Aside from being a sharpshooter, Caitlin's court vision lifts her above her peers and many legends before her.
Shooting, starting to look Seattle's way. Boston running the other way. How about Boston on the...
Caitlin Clark is an elite level floor general, and one of the NBA legends who has recognised that part of her game is Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. I mean, if there is a player who knows a lot about being an elite floor general, it's most definitely Magic Johnson, right? After Caitlin Clark passed Pete Maravich to set the all-time NCAA scoring record, Magic Johnson came online to praise the young guard, admitting that the way she combined elite scoring ability with ball handling and passing is unlike any other. Over the years, Caitlin Clark has shown that her IQ is on another level. She makes passes that most players don't even see, and to think her assists aren't even flashy, they're just surgical. She controls the tempo like a seasoned pro, setting up teammates with precision and creativity. NBA legends don't throw around praise lightly, but Caitlin Clark, well, she's earned their respect, and not just for her game, but for how she carries herself and the entire league. Caitlin Clark is special, not just because of what she does for herself and her team, but also what she does for the entire league. Multiple teams are moving their home games to a larger arena because Caitlin Clark is in town. Caitlin is turning regular season games into must-watch events. To keep it short, Caitlin is box office. Fox Sports commentator Nick Wright said the Fever Guard is already more famous than every NBA player, except Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry and LeBron James. In the words of Steph Curry, Caitlin Clark is must-see TV. Indiana Pacers guide Tyrese Halliburton called her the top 5 most famous people that are playing right now, and later admitted she's a superstar and really one of the first superstars that the W has had at that level. I mean, in a league that has Aja Wilson, Angel Reese, Nafisa Collier and Cameron Brink, 9-time NBA All-Star and 6-time member of the All-NBA team Paul George called Caitlin the face of the league. And LeBron James boldly said Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. I've got to say, when players like LeBron, Steph, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Garnett and Magic publicly celebrate you, you're not just good, you're special. And Caitlin Clark is really special. A future icon. Night after night, Caitlin Clark is proving that she belongs in that conversation. Every time she steps onto the court, Caitlin is setting some records. Just 42 games into her professional career, and she already ranks 3rd in the league's all-time triple-double list, tying Hall of Famer Candace Parker, who played 433 games to get there. She has 18 career double-doubles already, passing Chelsea Gray for 8th most double-doubles by a guard in WNBA history. She is already the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 400 career assists. A reminder that Clark has been in the league for less than 2 whole seasons. And to be honest, she's just getting started. I mean, if the only way to stop a sophomore player is poking her eye and grabbing her at this pace, one can only imagine where she ranks among the greatest women's basketball players when her career ends. In any case, NBA fans held back in admitting how special Caitlin Clark is. According to a user, the playmaking, the passing, the shot making, the IQ, Caitlin Clark is the best point guard in the WNBA. Another user commented, when Caitlin is 10 feet behind the arc, teams risk limbs and lives to contest it. And that tells me everything I need to know. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.